tudod, hogy mit remél, mit ne csinálj, mit tegyél, vár egy jó barát. Hívd fel, hívd Andreát!
Hi everybody, I'm Andrea Szenes. Would you like to be more rich than you are now? Would you like to be more successful than you are now? Would you like to be more lucky than you are now? I am sure all of your answers will be yes. Now we are going to help you with this. In the United States of America, they put a lot of effort, money and time to study why successful people become so successful. Why are they the ones who are the successful? Why are they the ones who are the millionaires and not you or me? I mean, not yet, until you listen to today's program. Today I have a guest who more than 25 years now travels all over the world, the author of several popular bestseller books, and teaches the laws, the universal laws of success. Many people pay a lot, but really a lot of money to listen to his ideas, which you can get free from this tape. Welcome, Brian Tracy. Let's get into the middle. How did you become so successful in success? How did you start to study the success of success?
I started off with no money. I came from a poor family, and I didn't finish school. And I went out and I worked at laboring jobs, hard work, for many years. I worked in construction, I worked on farms, I worked on ranches, I worked digging ditches, I worked washing dishes in the back of small hotels. And then finally I began asking, why is it that some people are more successful than others? And I began searching for the answer, and I found the answers. And I found that the most important law of life is the law of cause and effect, which says that everything happens for a reason. And if you can find out the reasons why things happen, and you do the same things, you get the same results. Now, in America, one of my favorite people is a man named Andrew Grove. Andrew Grove is the president of Intel.
He's Hungarian.
He's from Hungary. Yes, he's from Budapest.
Yeah,
and
we are a good nation, aren't we?
Yes, he left here in 1956. He has built one of the most successful businesses in the world. And it's because he came to America with nothing, and he found out the laws of cause and effect. And he did the right things. He got a degree in engineering. He got into the right industry, and he's very talented, and he moved to the top, and he's a brilliant man.
Okay, so you were a bad student, bad pupil, you were not rich at all, and you just started to ask from yourself the question, oh, why is that other people are more successful than I am? How to compete with this?
Yes.
But whom did you start to ask, you know?
Well, I went to the most successful person I could see. I was in selling. I finally got a job selling because I couldn't get another job. And so I went to the most successful salesperson and I said, tell me, why are you so successful? And he said, okay, and he showed me what he did. And I didn't know any of that. So I started to do what he was doing, and my sales went up. And then I began to read books on the subject. I found that there were many, many books on the subject, and I began to read every morning, and then practice during the day. And my sales went up, and my income went up. And then I began to listen to audio programs, and I began to go to seminars and courses. Eventually, I went to a university and got a master's degree in business when I was in my 30s. And I just kept looking for the answers. And if you look for the answers, you find them.
Is it I mean, I don't want to sound silly, but is it so easy?
No, it's not easy. You see, it's simple, but it's not easy. It's very hard. To learn to do things differently and to learn to do things well is very hard. It can take you many weeks, many months. For example, I speak German now, and I give some of my seminars in German. 5 years ago, I began speaking in German with a translator, an interpreter. And my friends asked me if I would learn German, because if I could learn German, I could be more effective working in Germany and in Austria and Switzerland. So I said, okay, I'll learn German. I thought it would take me 1 year. And so I began to study every day, and I got audio cassettes, and I got books, and I got a teacher. After 1 year, I could speak a little. After 2 years, I could speak a little bit more. I've now been studying for more than 4 years. And now I can speak and I can give seminars, short seminars. But it will take me 1 more year, maybe 2 more years, before I can speak fluently on the stage. So it's not easy. It's simple. It's a process, but it's not easy.
You seem to be a very self-conscious person who
Well,
finds out what to do and goes on his plan. So
Yeah.
I can imagine your days. You wake up in the morning, take a piece of paper, write down the most important things, what he will do that day, and
Yes.
then keep the paper all day long in his hand
Yes.
and do all the things.
yes.
Is it like that?
Yes, exactly. I do that every day. I make a list, and I organize my list, and I work on my list every day. I may not get everything done, but I work on a list. Because why? I studied, and I found that all successful people have a list, and unsuccessful people don't. So as soon as I read that, I started to write lists. Then I found that all successful people set priorities, and they work on the most valuable thing they can do. And they work on that all day long. So I started to do that. When I got into sales, I found out how people develop sales, develop new customers, how you use the telephone, how you spoke to people, how you presented, how you closed the sale. So I started to do what other successful people did.
Let's be concrete.
Okay.
How do you write your list?
Well, just make a list, and the best thing, if you want to be serious, is every Sunday night make a list for the next week of all the things you're going to have to do the next week. Planning will save you, every minute you spend in planning will save you 10 minutes of work. It's the most amazing thing. It's like building a house with a blueprint or without a blueprint. If you have a blueprint and you build a house, you can build it quickly. But if you have no plan and you start to build a house, it will take you a long time and you will not have a very good house. So plan your week the week before, and then plan each day the night before. And just make a list of everything you can think of that you have to do the next day. And then organize the list by appointments. What appointments must you be at? You cannot miss these appointments. And then you fit the other things in. And you will take maybe 10 to 12 minutes to plan your day. And you will save 2 hours of work with that list.
Well, it sounds very, very amazing. So the longest term you plan ahead is a week.
I plan 3 to 5 years ahead. But then you bring it down to the month, and then the week, and then the day. So everything you're doing in the short term ties into your goals for the long term. Now, in terms of accomplishing more, you need to develop habits. And the most important habit is the habit of self-discipline, which is self-control. And sometimes I joke with my audiences, and I'll say, I will give you the secret of success, and then you can all go home. I will do this first thing in the morning. And they'll say, what is it? And I say, it's very simple. Just do what you say you're going to do. And then you'll be okay. Everybody knows what to do. Just do what you say you're going to do. We say follow through on your commitments to yourself.
Yeah, you touched a very important question, if not the most important
Yes.
one, because most of the people, at least here in Hungary, most of the people live in their fantasy, in their planning. I want to be successful, I want to be rich. So
Yes.
you talk to someone, he says, I want to do this, I want to do this. You meet him after 1 year at the same party, let's say so, and
Yes.
he keeps saying the same.
Yes.
So what is the reason, what stops people from reaching or doing what they really want to do? They live in their fantasies. Or is it just better to live in the fantasy?
Well, let me say this.